甜蜜蜜，你笑得甜蜜蜜。
他能在外交宴席上找对旋律，主宾同乐。他也能在泰国政坛里踩准节拍，进退有度。
Anutin has proven himself to be very flexible.
Anutin himself is very transactional. He's not confrontational.
过去，他掌握关键筹码，是决定谁能掌权的造王者。如今，他自己站上了舞台中央。阿努廷的崛起，是否意味着泰国政坛过去20多年的政治旧曲，终于要换上新的旋律？本期世界大解说，让你看懂这场权力变局。
How confident are you with this election?
Well, we have to say that we are very confident.
2026年初，泰国再次举行大选。选前，很多人都不看好看守首相阿努廷能够取得决定性胜利，没想到选举结果却出乎不少人意料。阿努廷率领的泰自豪党拿下190多个议席，作为最大赢家，成功主导组阁。他也因此成为泰国20年来首位在大选后成功连任的首相。要知道，过去的阿努廷从来不是泰国政坛耀眼的主角，他更熟悉的角色是站在主角身边，手握关键筹码，决定最后由谁上台的造王者。如今，这个造王者终于一步步走到权力中心，所依靠的正是他在政坛摸爬滚打多年练就的一套生存之道。
我本身係廣東新會人，我從小受父親教育，要做一個傑出嘅廣府人。
1966年，阿努廷出生在曼谷一个富裕的华裔家庭。他的父亲陈景镇创办过大型建筑企业，后来跨入政坛，还一度出任代理首相。阿努廷大学毕业后，先在家族企业工作，到了30岁左右，决定转战政坛。今天被视为保守派核心的阿努廷，最初追随的却是高举改革旗帜的达信。2000年代初，阿努廷加入达信领导的泰爱泰党，那时的达信如日中天，阿努廷搭上了这班政治快车，一度官拜副部长。2007年，达信遭遇军事政变流亡，阿努廷也受到牵连，被禁止从政5年。5年后，他重返政坛，转身加入中右翼的泰自豪党。2012年，从自己父亲手中接过党魁的棒子。从那时开始，不管泰国政坛的风怎么吹，阿努廷总能为自己找到一个位置。2019年泰国大选，泰自豪党获得51个国会议席，位列第5。阿努廷选择支持军方政变后掌权的巴育组阁，自己也顺势进入政府，当上副首相兼公共卫生部长。他任内主推大麻合法化，逐渐在国际上获得知名度。没想到，到了2023年大选，风向又变了。达信阵营的为泰党重新主导组阁，阿努廷再次坐上谈判桌，带着泰自豪党加入政府，先后送为泰党籍的舍德他跟佩通坦出任首相，他也再次出任副首相。
The main ideology is how to get into power. So it doesn't really matter whether he's with Thaksin or with whoever. If politics requires that he breaks away from Thaksin and join whichever political clique in order to secure power, and then he will do it.
阿努廷通过一次次的谈判和交易，让自己的利益最大化，但要成为最后的赢家，光会选边站还远远不够。2025年，泰国柬埔寨边境局势升温。为了缓和紧张局势，时任首相佩通坦私下致电柬埔寨前领导人洪森，没想到通话内容遭泄露，瞬间在泰国政坛掀起轩然大波。年轻的佩通坦陷入政治危机，就在其他盟友还在观望之际，副首相阿努廷率先做出选择，带着泰自豪党退出执政联盟。
ข้อตกลงรักษากันไม่ได้มันก็ต้องต่างคนต่างไป。
事实证明，阿努廷再一次踩准了节拍。佩通坦不久后被宪法法院解除职务，泰国政坛又陷入寻找新首相的混战。 在之后，阿努廷找上政治光谱另一端的改革派人民党做交易，双方各取所需。人民党支持阿努廷当首相，阿努廷则承诺在规定期限内解散国会，提前举行大选。就这样，昔日替别人造王的阿努廷，靠着又一场政治交易，终于把自己送上了首相宝座。
After Anutin became the interim prime minister late last year, what Anutin did was to transfer a lot of government officials, particularly those at the Interior Ministry and most particularly the local administration department. So it sets a stage that would hugely help him during the elections.
最终结果证明，阿努廷的豪赌压对了。
The snap election in February 2026 changed certain things. It was the first outright win by a conservative royalist party in recent years and an outcome that few expected. So this gave Anutin a real electoral mandate and made him the obvious choice to lead a coalition government, not just a compromise candidate.
Basically, the Boom Chai Thai party became the most convincing party to be able to stall the People's Party, which conservatives see as a threat to the monarchy, are not friendly to the armed forces and conservative values. And they look left and right and they don't see any other party to be able to really lead or win. And Anutin benefited from that.
阿努廷已经证明自己很会拿到权力，可拿到权力之后，真正的考验才开始。从经济民生到外交关系，这个最会政治交易的人，能不能成为一个也很会治理国家的首相
We have a Prime Minister, Anutin, who's very practical, down to earth, and wants it done fast.
马来西亚首相安华的评价恰好勾勒出阿努廷给外界的印象：务实、直接。他上台后主打一系列强调快速见效的政策，一边通过消费补贴刺激内需，一边处理小额家庭债务，同时拿出大规模贷款和担保计划，帮中小企业增加现金流，希望先在经济、债务和民生上做出选民看得见的成绩。
The juries are out. It's been 6 months. He has probably been given a passing grade, but not an excellent job in steering the Thai economy into the right direction. This will be the biggest test of Anutin in the next coming 12 months. If the economy fails to really pick up, Anutin will be under immense pressure.
泰国真正棘手的问题，从来不是一场政治交易就能轻易解决。经济增长乏力，旅游业面临竞争，中小企业承受压力，这些长期问题，最终考验的是阿努廷的政治手腕能不能给他带来治理成果。
He's skilled at keeping coalitions together, but one can also criticize his leadership as lacking transparency and true reformist ambition.
到了外交场上，阿努廷似乎又把自己擅长的政治手腕带上国际舞台，访问越南，弹当地乐器，到马来西亚吹萨克斯风，来到中国又唱《甜蜜蜜》。这些音乐外交的背后，还是阿努廷熟悉的逻辑。
This fits with how Anutin operates at home. I think he manages his coalition through personal connections, trust, practical deals. So not through formal institutions or ideology. He brings this same relationship-focused style to geopolitics and international affairs. He prefers to build rapport and goodwill with other leaders rather than relying on formal policies.
纵观过去20多年，泰国政治的主轴始终绕不开两股力量，一边是达信的政治家族，另一边则是军方和保守势力。一个个政党改了又改，一届届政府轮番上台，但台面上的较量基本上都没有真正换过主角。直到最近几年，以橙色为标志的改革派迅速崛起，吸引了大量年轻和城市选民，一度在大选中拿下最多议席，可也没能把手里的选票顺利换成执政权。如今，阿努廷的泰自豪党作为国会第一大党，是否会让过往的旧政治格局开始松动
The old divide in Thai politics is changing, even if it's not completely gone. What we see is instead of a simple split between pro-Thaksin and pro-military sides, I think Thai politics now seems to be a three-way contest.
It's too early to answer. Probably we will see a clearer answer to that within the upcoming 12 months. But if he succeeds, there could be that long period of stability, wherein Anutin and whoever succeeds him eventually will manage to break away from that pro and anti-Thaksin.
阿努廷一路走来，从来不是引人瞩目的政治明星。他不靠激烈的口号，也不急着和谁正面冲突。他总是在最恰当的时候做出最有利的决策，最后从造王者的位置登上权力顶峰。只不过，新主角的登场并不意味着权力游戏的规则被彻底推翻。泰国唱了20多年的政治旧曲，或许并没有被真正改写，纯粹只是换了个人来领唱。